Hey guys, earlier this week we talked about, as we continue our study on flexible thinking, of knowing that changes happen sometimes in our lives, and it's important to recognize that changes happen because we know it's just a fact of life they'll happen, but being prepared in our thinking for when changes happen can be important. So today we're going to talk a little bit of that thinking and perspective taking we can do when we deal with changes. So on Monday or Tuesday, we saw this slide, which talked about some of the things that we can do to help deal with change by acknowledging our feelings, knowing that it's okay to be scared or nervous, identifying some positives, because we know sometimes, even though a change might seem really hard in the moment, thinking about even in the future what good things might come or some good lessons we could learn from it might be helpful. Using positive self talk and accepting that it's okay if we don't have all the answers. There's going to be some uncertainty, but we can work towards finding those answers or work with others. So today, we are going to remind ourselves that when changes happen, it's important for us to think about some things for us to identify first. So, first of all, identifying how you feel is going to be really important. Do you feel stressed? Do you feel excited about the change? It's important to recognize how you feel about it so then you can build a plan of action. Second, try to identify some positives like we talked about. It could be a positive that could happen quickly, or maybe it could be something that might show up in the long run. Maybe you have to build some patience because a change happens and you have to wait for something that you really wanted. Well, it might seem really hard now, but think about the positives that could come from waiting for that thing. Maybe you learn some lessons from it that could be beneficial in the long run, even as an adult. And then, what kind of self talk could you use? Maybe a change happens that isn't your favorite thing, but what kind of things could you tell yourself or have those that are around you help remind you of in that time? So, we're going to practice this today. On the next slide, you'll see a couple examples of situations, and you are going to answer these questions for those possible scenarios.